What's up, guys? It's Ghost. Friday was a clean execution day. My indicator hit the final targets on SPX, 58 points from where it called it. But I also took two manual setups on SPY that both hit targets. Let me break down exactly how I called them, why they worked, and then I'll give you next week's levels for ES and NQ and SPY. Let's get into it. So the first setup was SPY puts. Here's what I was watching. Pre-market SPY made this gap right here on the hourly 684.49. Very simple. If we got a close break below that, I was going to be taking puts, targeting this previous demand down here at 682 with a final target of a retest of the newest demand that we had on the hourly 679.72. So as you can see, when market opened up, I'll watch this play out. We got the close right off the open on the first 5 minutes. I got into my puts, stops closed above, and my first targets was going to be this level down here. As you can see, we danced around and we got this target. That's where I aggressively trimmed out and then kept my stops right above this previous demand and then held runners for this final retest of this new demand on the hourly 679.72. So as you can see how this all played out, we came back, we held this level, and then we got that flush all the way down to my target. And then what I did was as soon as we got to that level, that's where I was exiting completely out of every puts that I had. At that point, I was looking for that reversal. This is supply and demand trading. You identify the levels before price even gets there, then you execute when price confirms the direction. No guessing, just execution. And then I'm going to get into the next setup. As you can see, as we came down and we retested this new hourly demand, 679.72, that's when I was looking for the SPY calls, SPX I got into for the move back up. So when I see these retests without hitting its final target, I am very bullish and I get aggressive. So I looked for that calls. You can see my main entry is if we hold this level. So as you can see how we held this level here, that's when I signaled I was getting into calls with my first target all the way up at this first demand that we just broke below, and then getting at least to the gap area and a final target there if we had enough time in the session. This is basically the same principle as the first trade, where zones identified ahead of time, execution, it was on the confirmation. Both trades hit, didn't get full target because we didn't have enough time on the session, but same principles, and we got a great win on that move as well. While I was executing these trades, my vault members and indicator customers were crushing it too. One vault member held a gold trade for 3 hours straight to take full profit. That's discipline. Another indicator customer made 1500 in one day, then walked away, didn't overtrade, didn't give it back, just took the win and shut it down. So, this is what happens when you combine a systematic approach with the execution discipline. The zones tell you where, confirmation tells you when. So coming into this next week, here's what I'm watching on SPY. If we can get this move all the way up here, I'll be first targeting that. If we finish that move, I'm going to be looking for this new daily supply reject up here. That'll be the first setup that I'll look for coming into this week. And if we don't get all the way up here and we push back down, similar to Friday's setup, I'm going to be looking for that bounce in this area and then looking to target that other supply zone up there. So that's what I'd be looking for SPY. Let's get into ES. So very similar with ES. If we don't get this move up all the way up at this supply here and we retest this demand down here, I'll be looking for a bounce there. And if we do get this move sometime in this week, I'll be looking for that rejection at that new daily level at 69.54. So that'll be my main two setups with the ES and SPY Confluence. Let's get into NQ. Coming into this week with NQ, there's no real good zones that I'm going to be watching for on the hourly time frame, but I still have that confluence with ES and SPY on this daily, just like NQ. So I will be looking for that rejection up there for some resistance and looking for a day trade to possibly get a decent move down once we retest up there. But nothing on the bounce levels yet for me on NQ or QQQ. So here's how to trade these. Do not just buy and sell at these levels. Wait for your confirmation. That means a rejection at supply or a hold and bounce at demand. These zones give you high probability areas. Confirmation gives you the entry. I go through these with my vault members every Sunday for our weekly preps live, 5 p.m. Eastern, where we map out the whole entire week's game plan. That's the breakdown. And if you want to join on these live sessions and where we go through all of this in details, my Vault link is in the description. Otherwise, I post free levels every day on X. So follow me there, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.